That's why I don't be going to them puffy parties. Nigga hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What you talking about? Look, if you into that, I'm fine with it. See if it's on. I'm just saying this ain't my kind of party. I like it. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom. Like that is going on.
The reason why their groups are so close is because all of them have a certain type of STD. I think they all got the alphabet. Now, bear with me, guys, because I'm not even trying to cap. I looked at it like this. You know they're not using condoms, right? So if you're in a party not using condoms, it ain't like you can catch something twice, right? You know, so if you already got something, ain't like you can catch it again. So I believe, one of my theories is that these people at these Diddy parties were so close because they all had STD.
I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participate. So.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that 50. All of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
Hip-hop has thrived on powerful personalities, intense rivalries, and hidden secrets, but few feuds have lasted as long or played out as publicly as the one between 50 Cent and Diddy. What began as competition between two major New York figures eventually evolved into nearly 2 decades of open hostility, with 50 Cent repeatedly using interviews and social media to criticize Diddy. Recently, however, the conflict has taken a darker turn, as 50 Cent claimed to know disturbing details about what allegedly happened at Diddy's infamous private parties, even suggesting that certain celebrities became entangled in the controversy after attending them. The tension between the two dates back to the early 2000s, when 50 Cent was recovering from being shot 9 times and rebuilding his career after being dropped from his label. During that time, he says he earned money through ghostwriting, and according to him, one of those verses was later performed by Diddy on a track by G. Depp called Let's Get It. Although the two artists did not interact much directly at first, that moment placed them in the same circle, setting the stage for a relationship that would remain tense and controversial for years.
Who has more cred than you, living after being shot 9 times?
I don't know what the criteria are for street credibility. Or
That's
if
it.
If there's something that creates more merit for you. I looked at that experience as something that was unfortunate that I had to.
I forget, why did the guy shoot you 9 times? Was it drugs or something?
He was paid to do it.
He was paid to do it?
Yeah.
Who would want to
Why
shoot
were
you?
you targeted?
You're such a good guy.
That's my past.
It was a drug thing?
No,
like a
just
business thing?
Karma.
Karma.
Explain to me again why this guy was hired to shoot you 9 times.
Well, he was paid because someone, felt like that I would potentially do something to them if they kept going in the direction that they were going.
And you are tough.
What are you talking about?
The fact that somebody put out a hit on him because he was going to f somebody up? What kind of shit is that? That's crazy.
But what is this all over?
I don't know.
It's difficult to explain, Robin, because when you're not actually in the environment or involved in
Just
You can explain it to me.
Explain it. We'll see if we can follow it.
Nah, man, it's just,
What happened? What had you...
It's so tough.
You were pissed off at someone and you were going after them. What were you pissed off about?
Nah, we was just having differences.
Oh, like over what? A woman?
Nah,
no
just
way.
going back and forth. Like, a guy got robbed in the actual neighborhood.
And he accused you of robbing.
Nah, he just seen me communicating with someone who actually
robbed him.
And he misinterpreted the conversation because he seen me laughing and us talking, but he didn't know I grew up with the guy.
You're talking to a guy who you don't even know up this other guy.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they think you're in cahoots with this guy.
Yeah, because you see you laughing and talking, they figure you laughing and talking about them.
Pain-wise, how bad is it to get shot in the face?
Probably... I don't know how to describe that outside of...
Is it a 10 on the pain scale?
It's not really because it's not as painful as having to visit the dentist repeatedly for root canal.
Really? Do you think you're dead at that point when you take 9 bullets? Do you go, oh, this is it, I'm checking out?
Well, it's a life-threatening situation. It's just not... I've seen people going to the hospital under circumstances that were way less intense and not come out.
Yeah, it's a miracle you lived. Did you think you were like Jesus had like saved you or something? Like, did you have a
Where
religious?
were all these bullets?
Oh yeah, you have those moments where you get a little closer connection to your higher power because you kind of don't have an answer.
But where
to
were all
why.
these bullets? Because if you're shot 9 times and you live, it probably didn't hit anything important.
Meanwhile, how lame is this guy who shot you?
Everything's important, Robin.
Yeah.
Everything's important.
But 50, how lame is this
Shoot you in one of your unimportant areas, Robin.
Yeah, right. What's an unimportant area? You're right.
What the?
Oh, yeah, he shot you in unimportant areas. Do
I'm
you,
talking medically.
but it's amazing your face isn't scarred from getting shot in the face,
I
right?
got the little dimple.
Oh, is that what it's from?
Side.
By 2002, 50 Cent was rapidly becoming one of hip-hop's most aggressive and outspoken voices, openly challenging anyone he viewed as competition, and Diddy quickly became one of his main targets. Their tensions seemed to go beyond normal industry rivalry, as 50 appeared to have a personal distrust of Diddy that continued to grow over the years. While many artists avoided direct conflict, 50 Cent leaned into it, using Instagram, interviews, and even references in his television projects to mock Diddy publicly. Some of the jokes were playful, but many carried deeper implications, as he criticized Diddy's behavior, questioned his public image, and repeatedly pointed out what he saw as contradictions in the way Diddy presented himself to the world.
And then it comes back. And it's like all of the Puff's problems are coming from the ministers touching little boys. What you mean? The laws are the way they are because the
Because of the priests.
the priest touching little boys.
Oh.
Why are you looking at me, bro? I just
That's
go to
your
church.
man.
I just go to
That's
church,
your
right? I have
man.
nothing to do with this. I have an alibi.
That's why the laws allow you to
We
go
got a lot
that
of
far
things to
back.
turn away from you right here. I'm just a Catholic kid. Come on.
said you've been diddled, dude.
No, whoa, whoa, whoa. No. What's the body of Christ taste like? That's sacrilegious. You can't do that.
He's like, yo, drink my blood.
Yo,
So it is crazy when after 20 years they come out. That is foul.
But with Puffy, you were the only one saying anything for decades.
yeah, because we had our own little thing.
But you were the only.
was
Everybody
your
else
thing?
is scared.
Huh?
But everybody else is scared. So you think maybe this is a similar thing where everybody else is scared? I don't know what it is. I'm just
Yeah, I
asking.
think that they're scared.
But if they're scared, then that's
You've
why
been
I'm thinking. to 'em.
insinuating Jay-Z a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you've been saying people are going to come for him a little bit.
No,
You've been
I thought he would do funky stuff like the Super Bowl. Like, it was not okay for me to be at the Super Bowl.
Oh, he tried to cut that.
Yeah, he didn't want me to. Well, they worked to make like there was an issue with me in the NFL that doesn't exist.
So
And
he
then-
did the corporate way of
Yes.
trying to keep you down.
I'm
Oh, it's
doing
not me. It's not.
It's them. And then when M says he's not gonna do it if I'm not there, then
Let's go.
That,
Yeah.
yeah. You know,
That's what I'm
What's
talking
your
about.
and Jay's issue?
it's just competitive stuff.
It's really just
This is
competitive.
what I'm saying. When it gets past actual art, like actual music, and you're trying to block something that's in business, then it feels weird. It feels like we should be having beef.
Oh,
Okay.
So
I can
that's the
see that.
behind the scenes thing that we don't see. It's
Yeah.
one thing when there's like people talking about each other in music.
Yeah.
But there's behind the scenes business deals that a guy is getting involved with on the side. And it's not like you're going to go public and be like, they tried to stop my vitamin water.
Yo, this deal, and you go. He said that to you, like.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Like they'll speak to your temperament. Like say, you know, if 50's a little crazy, he'll say anything. You see what saying anything did to Kanye.
So they're trying, he's basically trying to scare
Yeah,
people out
out
of
of
doing deals
doing
with
it.
you. And
He announced plans for a documentary series focused entirely on Diddy and the growing accusations surrounding him. This was no longer just social media trolling, but a major production aimed at exposing one of music's most powerful figures. By May, 50 had reportedly sold the rights to Netflix, making sure the story would reach millions of viewers worldwide.
Rita, thank you. Now let's get to a few of this morning's other big headlines.
Starting with a bombshell announcement amid the mounting lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs. Houston rapper 50 Cent announced yesterday that he's the executive producer of a docu-series about the assault and allegations against Combs. The series will also discuss trafficking and racketeering charges Combs is facing. The series is expected to make a premiere on Netflix, but a date has not yet been set.
So you have something huge coming up which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did it.
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated. So.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that. All of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s, the TPD said they paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
So look, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docu-series. They went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment that really call out people and kind of have that authority in that to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of a peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave a certain way, according to them. And look, if I didn't have an award-winning director doing it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I would understand why they would question or doubt anything.
Let me ask you this, do you think she knew what he was doing?
I believe she knew he was doing the freak-offs, but do I believe she knew he was allocating different monies to different places and which way it was going, which offshore accounts, which Swiss banks accounts, and all that shit was going in? Nah. I think she just was enjoying the fruits of the labor.
But why you believe she knew about the freak-offs?
Because one of the witnesses said she was there. And do you remember this, bro? Check it out. People tell off on themselves so much, man, and I don't understand when people don't catch it. Diddy has said this. He said, when I give a party, I have to have an ambulance outside of the house. Paramedics ready. That people have to take IVs. Remember the time that him and his mama kissed each other on the lips?
Yeah, I remember that video.
Do you remember that both of them was getting an IV at the same time?
Yeah, I did notice that video.
That's from the Diddy freak-off party. And I'm gonna say alleged.
So let me ask you this. You knowing her as a you knowing her personally, do you have a person that, will be a part of a freak-off for her?
I think that she liked to party, and she party with young people. She's always been like that.
But to get back to this lawsuit, right, Lil Rod, he also alleges that, Diddy, he will grope his genitals and he will grope his anus.
My man, I didn't understand that one right now because his anus is your asshole. His genitals is his nut. So I guess he had to be naked when Puff was doing that. Where was he at? What was he doing? Because he said that they never had. If you read it in the thing, they never had. He made claims that they never had. But how would he grope your anus? Your asshole? How would he play with your genitals?
Yeah, it don't make sense. I mean,
it don't make sense. How you wake up butt the F naked with two other men in the bed with Diddy and nothing happened? I think he was just trying to save face, man.
But do you think it's a possibility that he meant that, Diddy will grope his, butt, instead of anus? I mean, cause I'm trying to figure out how does that work? Somebody groping your anus.
You're gonna say your butt. The lawyer would say, what do you mean? he would say, my butt cheeks. There's a such thing called butt cheeks. Your two cheeks. He said anus. The anus is the asshole. How did he get that far? Lil Rod, you gotta say no to Diddy something. No, that shit ain't funny, man. But you gotta say no.
So from you reading the lawsuit, right, you feel like he had relations with Diddy?
When me being a former investigator, I think Lil Rod was trying to save face on certain things, that he had somewhat of a relationship, or he was doing some things with Diddy that he didn't want to really come out in that fashion. Because there's no way that he gonna wake up and his anus is hurting and his genitals is all over the place, and he's in the bed after being drunk or drugged and saying nothing happened. And you think that Diddy gonna be in the bed with 3 other men and nothing happened? It doesn't sound logical. If we're reading and believing what he said in those papers. If you woke up in bed and you was drunk or intoxicated on ecstasy, on whatever drugs that they put in there, roofied you or whatever, and you not and you not feeling right, something is wrong. Wouldn't you say? Something is wrong. He didn't say, we woke up with all my clothes. He said, we woke up buck the F naked.
The violation I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effects on my body, causing ongoing health problems and complications. The combination of physical and emotional pain has created a cycle of suffering from which it is so hard to break free. I want to continue on this journey towards recovery and healing. I'm glad that he is locked up, but that's a temporary feeling of relief.
Now, exactly what that list contains remains unclear, but 50 insists it exists and says he will make sure it eventually comes to light. When Diddy's trial ended, he was cleared of the most serious charges like racketeering and trafficking, but he was still convicted of transporting women for prostitution. That verdict alone fueled rumors about his private life. For 50 Cent, it became a major turning point, as he argued the outcome proved Diddy's lifestyle was built on exploitation and deception.
His thing was turning straight men gay. That was his thing. Where's Hype? What's his last film project?
Elliot.
Yeah, DMX was a star in that.
Facts. Facts. Jab, my question to you is, and again, we're just talking the psychology of a man.
What if the entertainment industry is nothing but a cover for a worldwide trend?
You mentioned who's on tapes and who got tapes out.
Yeah.
The purpose of having a recorded freak off.
Yeah.
What does that do for the male? What does that do for the female? Like, some females are cool with it. What is the thought behind that, as far as, let's record this session and either rewatch, keep it for sale? Is it evidence? Is it just, like, what is the mentality behind having
if you can
the
own
visual memory?
Their vulnerability, if you can own that, you have the ability to control and manipulate that person. See, guys start off by saying, ooh, man, I don't want to watch porn. I just want to watch us. See, that's the line.
That's the line.
Wouldn't you rather me be watching us than watching a bunch of other? See, the finesse, that fluff. You so Do you really want me watching anybody else but you? I could look at you all day. Vanity. See? Make her feel special. Make her feel like she's the only, the object. Meanwhile, this is sitting here thinking, so her daddy works at Sony and I need such and such his contract ended.
Does it also work this way for men?
Absolutely. And it's worse for the men. Women are used to being the victims of, not men. No man walks in thinking that another man is looking at him like a lollipop. Not a straight man. You are only hip to the that you hip to. You know what I mean? Which is why you hear so many people say they went to Diddy parties and they felt like something was off and decided to leave, or they got invited to another room and they decided to go because they felt like it wasn't right, or whatever the case may be. These was literally walking in there not thinking. Seriously, but the thing is, they were still willing to take the chance to go because everybody's been hearing these whispers.
The fallout gave 50 even more fuel to continue his campaign. As courtroom evidence became public, it grew harder to dismiss his warnings as random attacks, and every new development made his claims seem more believable. In hip-hop, credibility means everything. 50's approach has never seemed random. Every move appears calculated. By linking Diddy's trial to his Netflix project, he keeps the story alive long after the headlines fade. Through Instagram posts and constant jokes about Diddy, he keeps the conversation active, while hints about a celebrity list continue to make both fans and the industry nervous. Nobody knows if he will ever reveal names, but many believe 50 is bold enough to do it. His strategy seems bigger than exposing one man. It's about controlling the narrative and forcing the industry to confront secrets it has ignored for years. The public reacts to every post and comment he makes about Diddy, with social media exploding each time he drops another clue. Many fans believe he knows far more than he says openly, while inside the industry most celebrities stay silent, unwilling to risk angering Diddy's allies or drawing attention to their own connections. That silence only adds more weight to the rumors. Many people feel that if there were nothing to hide, more voices would speak out. Still, in the music business, staying quiet is often the safest move because Diddy still holds influence, connections, and loyal supporters. Speaking against him could damage careers, but 50 Cent operates differently. Having built success beyond music through television, film, liquor brands, and real estate, he no longer depends on industry approval, and that independence has allowed him to speak more openly than almost anyone else.
I didn't do nothing Puffy did. Yeah, no, it was just so excitement. There's so much excitement that there was no reason for me to put something in our drink. I need you to remember. I need you to remember this.
The foundation.
Thank you. I told you I'd jump around.
I didn't do nothing Puffy did. There was just so much excitement. There was no reason for me to put anything in somebody's drink. The moment quickly turned chaotic with laughter and reactions from the crowd, but beneath the jokes, the tension remained serious. At this point, the feud no longer seems to be just about entertainment or revenge for 50. He has made it clear that he wants Diddy to face real consequences and appears determined to use every platform available, from social media to documentaries, to keep attention on the allegations and the people allegedly connected to them.
You and Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
Well, that's why it's only business. It was really, away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because
it's not your scene.
It's not my stuff.
Not your scene.
They hugged you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. And now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. And when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter. Like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, nah, I gotta spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French. French was right there. Right? Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm scared.
Well, we're listening. I'm listening.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this.
They see it.
Nah, you see this. They won't act like that. Oh, we got nothing to do with that. If we could just...
No, that ain't it.
The feud between 50 Cent and Diddy has lasted for nearly 2 decades, but it has now grown into something far bigger than jokes or trolling. 50 Cent claims he knows about celebrities allegedly affected after attending Diddy's infamous parties, and he appears determined to eventually bring those names to light, especially with his Netflix documentary series now on the horizon.